We live. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Tap in with me. We live. Who's here with me? Todd Banks, what's going on there, sir? We're gonna tap in with another legend from out by your way. Or maybe a little further out. A little further out. A little further out. Talk to me, man. How's everybody doing today? I know it's like 10 o'clock on the East Coast. I'm on Central Time. So it's 9 o'clock. Talk to me. Talk to me. How's everybody doing? How's everyone doing? Talk to me. Throw something in the chat. What we got? Got a couple people on this thing. Let's get this ringing out. If you're on here, if you guys are on here and you haven't hit the join button, to the long, right on. I'll hit you up after. Okay, I got you. Aaron, what's going on, my guy? There he is. Right there. We're gonna get ready and bring him on the camera. What's going on, team? Where we tapping in from? If you haven't and you're on here, if you haven't, make sure that you guys hit that join button to the Long Island Basketball History page on Facebook. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing going. Okay, let me see if I can bring my guy on camera. Okay, we got somebody from Florida. Jermain, do me a favor and see if you can request to come on camera. It's not giving me the option to bring you on camera right now. Let's see. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Okay, it's saying that you can't join at this time. Let me see. Okay, hold on a second. Let's add her. Okay. Talk to me. What's going on? Talk to me in the chat. Just tried to add you. Jermain says unable at the time. These technical difficulties from Facebook. They love to act a fool. Trying to stop the shining, but they're not going to do that. Okay. Let me see if I can request you. Okay, let me see if I can add you now.
All right.
There you go.
Give me 1 second, just trying to get the camera right for you.
Get your levels going. I know how it is.
All right.
How you doing, my guy?
I'm good. How are you doing? Can you see me, hear me clear?
Yeah. Loud and clear, man. So that's real good because sometimes, man, they've said they see just a box and sometimes it be feedback. So we cooking already.
All right. I'm not too close to anybody. You just see a head.
Yes. So listen. Anybody in the chat, if you once we do the split screen and everything, let us know. If y'all just seeing like our nostrils and all that, tell us to back up or adjust the camera. Help us out.
Yeah.
Because right now I see, pretty much from here up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we good money. Money.
All right. Sounds good.
How's your day going, man?
Oh, it's good. End of the day here in LA. So,
Yes.
Sun's still out. So that's good.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is one of those late West Coast games for the East Coast.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I get to watch so many sports now, but the East Coast games come on like 4:30 in the afternoon. I miss so many of them. So,
Yeah,
just miss
facts.
so many of them.
You got to check the social media for it and all that.
I know. You up in the late games.
Right.
Become a Laker fan watching all these Laker games out here. So it's the Clippers.
Facts.
So,
All right, so listen, man, we're gonna give it like a couple more minutes.
Yeah. Take your time.
Yeah, we're gonna take our time, let it build. If you need to step away for a second, that's cool. The reason I started a little bit early too is because I tried to get on like right at the time before, and it was giving me a lot of trouble.
No, I'm all for it. I'm all for it on time. I saw you and Russ talking. You like, man, people came in though.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, man. So I'm excited. I'm excited to have this conversation with you, man, and just get a little bit.
I appreciate the time. We'll get into more about so much appreciation.
Facts, man. I like what we got going on, man. So yes, we're gonna definitely talk about it. I'm gonna get one more minute, man.
Take your time. You got 3 minutes. I got nowhere to be here. Looking forward to this.
Hey, anybody in that? Let me start inviting some people while we doing that, man. Hey, tap in with my guests right now, man. So let them know it was good. We're gonna start inviting some people onto this thing,
all right,
and get this thing ringing off while we doing it. Where we tapping in from? People in the chat. Where we at? I seen somebody was in Daytona, Florida. Somebody was in Daytona. So we got people from all over the United States. Kenny Jones, what's going on, man? What's going on, Kenny? We got Aaron Johnson. We got a lot of big men in here.
Hope I didn't hurt any feelings.
we got the big men in here paying homage to one of the real ones.
Yeah.
Okay. I know. Yeah, we got another Atlanta, Georgia.
That's my brother.
Okay, we got your bro in there.
Yeah.
Tapping in.
Yeah.
What's going on there, bro? Got 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes, man. Y'all go ahead and tell everybody we on this thing. And make sure if you haven't hit the join button for the Long Island Basketball History page, please run in there and go ahead and do that. Yeah, we got Raymond in there.
He was a good dude.
Yeah, our East is starting to pull up.
Oh,
Raymond, where you at, man? You still out East, man? Or you somewhere else, man?
Who, me?
No, I know you.
Oh. Okay.
We know where you at. Hey, we about to get it popping in 1 more minute, man. Go ahead and get everybody on this thing. Yes, I'm excited, man. I want to say thank you again, man, for taking time out, man. I know you moving and grooving out there on the West.
Yeah.
I know you moving and grooving out there on the West, man. We're gonna talk about that. Mark, what's going on? All the big men is pulling up. What's going on, Mark? I like it. We got 1 more minute.
Yes,
we got 1 more minute, and then we're gonna tap in.
All right.
So while I'm gonna introduce the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just going to have you introduce your first and last name,
all right,
your high school, and then your class, and then we're going to just dive into some convo.
All right, sounds good.
All right, listen, it's 9 o'clock, so I'm ready. The lights is on.
You are.
Yes.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen, man, and everybody will start to fall in accordingly, and we'll have this thing ring out over time.
All right, sounds good.
All right, let's get it, man. I'm going to introduce the show, and then you're going to introduce yourself, and we're going to just tap in.
All right, sounds good.
All right, sound good?
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Tap In with Tristan. We got a Facebook Live edition, Long Island Basketball History edition as well, and I'm really excited to have a great conversation today with this gentleman. Please go ahead and introduce yourself for everybody.
My name is Jermain Hollman, Westhampton Beach High School, 1998.
Yes, absolutely. So, man, once again, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
No, thank you so much, Tristan, for starting this platform. Because Long Island has a lot of rich history, a lot of names. This is before the YouTube, after the YouTube. It's just so much passion in these communities out here. So it's a pleasure. Thank you. We should applaud you for what you've done.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Just really trying to fill the void, man, play my part, man, and just kind of just build. Like you said, there's a rich history. Everybody kind of has their story.
Yeah.
I think it's a great way to unify, celebrate, and educate, and really just have us networking while we're still here and be able to give some flowers and all of that.
Yeah, I respect that. I
Thank you
respect
so
that.
much. Thank you. Listen, man, let's go ahead and go back to the early years, man. When did we pick up a basketball, man? What's the earliest memory of that? What's going on with that?
I remember the first time I picked up the basketball. I'm not gonna lie. It was in my backyard with my older brother Brian.
Okay.
He wanted to teach me a layup. You know, he was a little older. He played basketball, and he was like almost in high school. And you know how older brothers are. They get real intense. And I swear to God, I was like, you know what? I quit.
You
I'm
quit
done with
already?
this. Yeah, day one.
I quit before I start.
First, I'm not about this. How the way you're talking to me, but you know, it's either we're gonna fight or we're gonna learn. So, like any other I'm the youngest of three.
Okay.
Like, I'm competitive. So,
Okay.
next day is a new day. I got back out there. Start trying to learn and understand everything. But I wouldn't say the first time I picked up an organized basketball, it was probably I was 10 years old, maybe.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah,
So,
little
so 10
youthfully, one
years
of my
old.
friends said, "You want to play basketball tonight?" And I was like, leaving school, and I had jeans. That's all I had. So gave me a T-shirt, and I had jeans. It was hot. I remember that. Some gray jeans. I still remember to this day.
You remember to this day.
Yeah.
How old was you when you had that backyard situation with
I
Brian?
mean, I guess, like around there, like 9,
9,
8,
10.
9, 10,
Yeah.
that way. I was always tall for my age,
Yeah.
So I feel like basketball, everyone else is doing it in the neighborhood, so you feel like you have to do that. And that was the first time I kind of picked it up. And then probably a year in, I was obsessed.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So what neighborhood we in, man? Where we at?
So
Where we at right now?
understand, like a lot of people like Westhampton, where are you? What's out there?
Talk to me.
And so to understand how Westhampton, how, you see a lot of faces that look like me, brothers, or, people of color
Okay.
out there. You thinking, mansions and yachts and, you're pulling up. Understanding like the way that everyone got out there is a whole bunch of families migrated pretty much from the South.
Okay.
So if you look at it, like if you start in like Cinema Riches kind of starts, right? You got
Okay.
like that family is like the Trent family, you got like Tamian and Clarence and Terrence, and then you have in Riverhead you got more Trents, and you can hear the name.
Right.
And then my family is the Cowell Brooks
Okay.
kind of combo. So and then you have us like on my team, or guys that play like Quentin Brooks from Westhampton was all Long Island. My brother Lamar Hollman, all state. My brother Brian played, and then my cousin Mike Ford on my team played, and then Courtney Pritchard and Darren Miller, my cousins too.
Right.
So
Wait. All of y'all are related?
they're different families, right? It's like the mob. It's like different families.
Ah, I like that. I like that.
And then when you go out to, and this is great. And then you got the Bridgeham, you got the Hobsons and all those guys. So they have their family out there because we all kind of like migrated to Eastern Long Island because of work opportunity, like most from the South or whatever. And then like you see this like, oh, that's my cousin at the barbershop. That's my cousin, but I'm going against Courtney tonight, or I'm with my cousin, So it's kind of a family affair, so it's really intense. You know how family is.
Wait a minute, man. Hey, this makes a lot of sense to me. Thank you for that history lesson.
Yeah, and
because I was going to say this a little bit later down the line, but I think it's appropriate now. You have this, lack of a better term, this togetherness, this harmony.
Yeah.
Well, from out east.
Yeah.
Even when we were looking at this page, there is a harmony in how you guys celebrate one another, and there's love, and it even makes sense because there's a lot of relations you guys are related.
I mean, we all played together when we were kids. Like my dad, God bless his soul, Clyde Hollman, he worked in a barbershop in Southampton. Now, so understand what that is. I take the Central Point, the black barbershop. You got people coming from Bridgehampton, Westhampton, Riverhead, all in there, during the week. Who playing this week? Oh, we're going to beat you. Let's play some bets, blah, blah, blah. Like just nonsense going on. Just everyone talking, repping their neighborhood, So it was definitely people knew. And that's why if you had the opportunity of ever watching us play any of those teams, I mean, the gyms are sold out. Like it was, you know, because it's cold, there's nothing to do out there really in the winter. It's just ball.
This is fascinating. So, so,
Yeah.
so Southampton Barbershop, that was kind of the central point where
Central
everybody could
point.
gather.
So you get guys from East Hampton, Bridgehampton, Southampton, Riverhead would come, you know, just come there. Families, different people, all ages, you know.
Right.
So yeah.
So this is fascinating because you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
You're saying a lot of people from Long Island, when we think Hamptons,
yeah,
we're thinking
yeah,
we're looking affluent living, like a
yeah,
high
yeah,
end lifestyle and
yeah,
celebrity status.
yeah.
Is this how you guys was living?
So no, 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 not at all.
Talk to me.
So
Is
like,
West Hampton
so
Beach full of these people?
yeah, no, there wasn't. I mean, you saw the influx of that kind of stuff in the summertime.
Yes. Summertime. Okay.
Summertime.
Okay.
Mostly everyone out there is community-based, hardworking
Okay.
individuals, and that are loyal to each other to this day. You know, it's like kind of like us versus the world kind of
I,
feeling.
I believe that to be so, man, because
Yeah,
just even when we have some of these posts or we have conversations,
yeah,
there is like this mob mentality
yeah,
for us versus
yeah,
them.
yeah,
So I think
and then, yeah.
go
So,
ahead, finish,
and
finish.
then Westhampton, where Westhampton was broken down, you know, a lot of our teammates actually that year we won in '98 lived on the same block. Like it's called Hazelwood. I didn't live up there. That was a rival within the rival.
It's a
You know?
rival within the rival, but
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
a bunch of guys on Hazelwood.
Hazelwood, they had after we won the state title, they had a banner. It's like famous street, the state champs, Hazelwood Avenue, and I live on another block called Peters Lane. You know,
Peters Lane.
yeah. So we would play against them. We would lose, unfortunately. But you know, you had that little chip on the shoulder within the community, and you know, so
I love it, man. I thank you
yeah,
for painting this picture and
yeah,
kind of just highlighting the backstory of how you grew up, but
yeah,
also the neighboring neighborhoods and how there's a lot of family, real
yeah,
family in
yeah.
there. But then there's a rivalry that comes in when we're on the court, but it's all love.
Yep. It's all love, and we'll tell you the truth about yourself.
Yes,
We
yes,
don't. No one mince words, you know. From
yes.
you know, and then they know how to get underneath your skin early. So
We're talking trash at an early age.
reckless. I see you at Auntie's house on Saturday.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And it's real. You're gonna be at Auntie's house too.
Go get my plate.
Yeah, y'all lost, man. So you go ahead and grab that plate for me, man. You know what it is.
Yeah, that would be good. It would be good.
So that's crazy. So let's go back, right? You
Okay.
said that this two older siblings, they're both boys.
Yeah.
You
So I
got
have
two older brothers in the house.
two older brothers in the house.
Talk to
My
me.
brother Brian's the oldest. My brother Lamar.
Okay.
Uh, I didn't get the opportunity to play with my brother Brian. He played both basketball and football.
Okay.
My brother Lamar is he's like 3 years older than me, so I got to play. That's kind of who I went one-on-one. That's who I was fighting every day.
Your brother Lamar.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
how much older is he than you
he's
are?
I was he's 3 years older than me. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Carry on.
Yeah, so you know, I had an opportunity to, you know, watch him develop. He's getting bigger, stronger, 6'3" guard. You know, he played and, you know, I mean, there was a stretch that he was doing triple doubles, quadruple doubles on his senior
Cooking out
year.
there.
Yeah, he was the point guard with Empire State team that won a silver medal with Wally Zerbiak was the guard that played with him, Greg Gilliard and Lamar Franklin and Lance Binyard from St. John's on that team.
Yep.
Yeah, so they had a squad on that, you know. And then he went on to play in college at small liberal arts schools upstate New York and had a Hall of Fame career. You know?
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
I like what I'm hearing. So you're watching this. Let's turn back the clock and go back to that year when you started falling in love. You said it was about a year in. So this is about 11, 12 years old, correct?
Yeah, just like, I mean, it starts with the kids on your street. You know, you playing 21, you know.
Y'all playing 21.
What?
Y'all playing 21 out
Playing
there.
21 every day. Let's play. Then the ball, you wake up with the ball. You know, you dribbling the ball, you're shooting the ball, you're out early, you're in the rain, you're in the sleep, whatever it is, you become addicted to it. Where can I get the next game? What's the next game? And then it starts right there. And you know, you get competitive because everybody wants to win, or they're angry about something in life, and it kind of shows up. And it was a good feeling. And then you know, you gotta get respect, you know, to your neighbors first before you can move on, you know?
I like it. I like exactly what you're saying. I can relate to that wholeheartedly. Now, how was you? Was you good? Are you doing multiple sports, or are you just
No, so
trying
yeah,
out
I mean, I grew up.
basketball?
I think I was a pretty good athlete. So I played baseball,
Right.
a little bit of football, ran track in high school too as well.
Okay.
But basketball became the one.
Yep.
It's just what it is. It's like the one that gave me the most feeling
Yep.
to
Yep.
do it. So I mean, some kids were good at track, so we ran track. We had races in the street, or
Yeah.
we had an empty lot. We playing baseball we call in the field. It's just what it is, and
Yeah.
then we play basketball.
Just being a kid, man.
Exactly.
Season to season, man. We're gonna play various sports, man. I think that helps shape you as an athlete, but also a lot of social skills and
Yeah.
developing relationships and
Exactly.
life skills.
Yeah. Exactly. So you understand? Yeah.
I do. We pretty much grew up in the same era, so I can relate to what you're saying. Like, it brings me back
Yeah.
when we're having this conversation. What's the first team that we played for, dude?
Ooh, first
Yeah. When
team.
we put the first uniform on, man. How old was you, man? And then what
I
we
mean,
looked
I
like?
would say, I would call it, who am I miss some? It was like it went pretty fast. So it was like what is it called, the Hampton Youth Athletic League. You
Yeah.
give us the T-shirt, you played into it. You playing against everybody in town, kind of different
Yeah.
teams in school, and then from that it was middle school. Seventh grade at that time. Played.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk
Yeah,
about what's your middle school called out there?
it's Westhampton Middle
It's
School.
Westhampton Middle School. I know
Yeah,
some have
like
different ones.
literally the school. I mean, we had like 1,000 kids in our whole
Okay.
high school. So elementary schools is here, middle school and high school. You just walk across the street, and
Walk across the street.
yeah, you didn't go anywhere.
Everything's right there, centrally located.
Essentially
You
located,
know
one
where to
drop
find
off.
me. I'm
Yeah,
in one of these schools.
it was like, well, go in there. Go with the kids that
Yes.
look your age.
That's it.
So middle school was fun. That's kind of where I was coached by at that time, seventh grade, like Bill Heflin. So it was
Yeah.
the beginning of he was my middle school coach, beginning of like that Westhampton kind of pedigree coming in for me.
Yes.
Because at that time, Coach Rich Race had taken over at the varsity team. He was new to school. I was
He's
like
new to the
12.
school.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was new. He was new head coach. This is, I mean, at the seventh grade, was this 1992, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. So what was the vibe around Westhampton sports and basketball prior to Coach Race coming in there? And then we're going to talk about
Well,
this whole situation.
okay. So I think the vibe was you had before me a lot of talented players, right? Coaching might not fit their style at the time. Basketball was different then. As a way of like how free you can do it, or
Yes.
on a more micro level, it's like, well, I just like this guy, so I'm gonna let him get away with more.
Got you.
And I mean, there was, I had opportunity to. I was a little kid, but see those guys play or play against them, and they were, when they're older guys, they're all world to you.
Yes.
And I think overall potential, great players. Just the team thing, kind of. I don't know what they did, but maybe didn't excel like the way we end up doing that.
Yep.
I get into how that worked out for us, but overall, I mean, individually there was some good players in there. Very talented. You just sometimes the guidance or how we do now. We got off season. We got this season. Weight room. Maybe that wasn't there in that kind of in the beginning. When before Race got into the school.
Got you. So we got Race in this. We got a new regime as you're crossing over into the middle school.
Yeah. So
into the middle school. So now, what's the middle school looking like, man? Because that's a lot of. There's a lot of movement, a lot of peers is going one way or the other, man. What's going on?
I mean, I give credit, to my mom and dad, and they were strict, and they were on top of it. They were realists. They really kept all three of us focused, and I'll be more afraid to come home with something else.
Facts.
But overall, it was just like. I loved it. It keeps you out of trouble. I'm gonna stay busy.
Yep.
I'm watching more basketball now. I'm playing more. I'm getting into it. I'm kind of like just out here reacting at this
Yep.
age.
Yep.
Junior high, and yeah.
Who's on the team? Who's running with you in this seventh and let's
For
go
seventh
seventh and eighth
grade at
grade,
that
man.
time,
What are
ooh,
we
okay.
looking like?
And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So my cousin Mike was there. Another guy.
Let's get first and last names for
Mike
people.
Ford.
Mike
Mike
Ford.
Ford, number 55, was there in seventh grade for sure.
Mike Ford was in there.
Jason Ritchie, who started with me, he was there. That's seventh grade.
Yep.
So you got Mike Ford, you got Jason Ritchie, who end up being on there. We got another guy like Terry Moran. There was so many lists of people that were there, and I'm not blanking on my seventh grade team. It's middle school.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah. But overall, the nucleus was there.
The nucleus was there.
Yeah, it was there. And then so I mean we were there. Jeremy Legan.
Yep.
He was 1 year. He was 1 year younger.
Okay.
And but like those younger guys, like then you got Bronson's like 2 years younger than us. And
okay.
And Jeremy League, and like these guys, they were right.
Yeah.
They're like a year, but you know who Mark because like we were playing the same traveling teams and all that stuff.
What's some of the traveling teams that you guys are playing for?
All right, so the first time, you don't know anything.
You're learning. It's you thrown in the fire kind of situation.
So like I said, like Race came in, and this was the whole thing. It's like he kind of changed the whole culture from varsity all the way down.
Speak on that real quick.
So pretty much he came in, he had his assistants, he had like Bill Heflin, he had Jack Vivinetto, and he put his assistant, one at JV, one at middle school.
Okay.
We're running the same offense that the varsity is, right? It's implemented. The defense, if there's a change in the defense, everybody's running the same defense.
I see what's going on.
In the offense, we run the same sets. So when you say if you go to junior high to JV to varsity, you already know. It's like you caught up to speed. Like you're supposed to be here.
Yes. I like
it. And then for like the first traveling one, sort of that kind of sticks out in my head. It was like 12 years old. It was a PAL, like Police Athletic League.
Okay.
So I remember that. We went down to Delaware. My team, I remember that team, like Jeremy Legan, Bronson, Martin, Courtney Pritchard.
Okay.
Guys at the 12-year-old. We were playing, this is the first time we got playing against kids from California, Indiana, Texas, where you're like, oh, okay, there's more basketball than Long Island,
Yes. What was that experience like?
On a bridge, huh?
what was that experience when the basketball world opened up to you and you're starting to see guys from other states at that early of an age?
Well, I think it's like, for me, I felt like it was like, oh, I'm pretty good. I think I could do something here.
Okay.
And I was like, I want more. I want to get better. I want to, at that time, I just want to be better.
Yes. Yes. So now you're getting kind of a taste of the basketball world outside of Eastern Long Island, which is really cool because some people don't get that experience early. You got Rich Race, who's a mastermind in this thing. And they're all going to run this system.
You're going to run it.
These guys are going to be acclimated by the time we get up to here.
By the time we catch up to speed. And it was, they were kind of right on, like, at the beginning. So, like, Bill Heflin, and then you had Jack Vivinetto. But you also had some parents that were there supporting, with their kid and coming in and, like, really, like, investing their time. Not getting paid, just there, keeping everyone in track, kind of. So,
So you had a village. You had
and that's the biggest thing. Somebody, everyone has something going on at home.
Absolutely.
Everybody, it's not all roses for anyone. No matter where you live, but you still have like, parents and out there just trying to like keep like raising everyone's kids. Like,
yes. Y'all kind of did it as a community, and basketball is one of the centerpieces to do that. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's pretty much it, and keep you out of trouble, man, and you kind of keep going.
So how was the system that Race? I appreciate that. How was the system that Race implemented for you guys in the 7th and 8th grade, man?
I mean, it was pretty much some
success.
I mean, we did what I might have lost in high school, junior high, and high school. Probably maybe in Clanton junior high, maybe lost 14 games, man. Like it was total maybe. Yeah, especially because high school was like 9 or 10. That was it, and then junior high maybe like 4.
So we're going on a massive one that we're going to continue to talk about here. So
yeah, we'll talk about it because
we
talk about Amityville too in this run too.
So Ray says, I see something here, and we're going to implement this philosophy, and every team is going to utilize the same terminology, same scheme, so that way we're all on the same page.
And I think what he had to do, now this
That's
is,
really awesome.
this is the early 90s, so you were allowed to say and do more things, So he was like, I'm gonna change the culture of the people, right? So he made the world seem like it was us versus them kind of mentality. Like you only come alive.
He helped shape that. He helped shape
that,
Okay, talk about it.
He was so intense and like, hey, maybe this administration don't like you. Don't let anybody in the gym. Like closed practices, everything. Like, it's us versus them, kind of mentality. So
he knew how to push the buttons.
Oh my
and
God.
he knew how to play the psychological warfare to really get the best out of you guys.
And all we could do is lean on each other, we want to kill him, but
yes, yeah. So it brought you guys together and created some more chemistry.
It made us so intense, super intense at an early age, and that just kept going. Like if you're not by 20, you're losing, that kind of mentality.
Got you. So what's the style of play, man? And then we're gonna cross over into these high school years. What's the style of play? If you can kind of just give us a brief synopsis or a summary of how you guys played, offense and defensive philosophies for people to, really understand.
So you talking about in high school or just like overall?
Well, yeah, we could just say overall, and then we can start.
Okay, overall, it was
what's the philosophy?
Motion offense, moving the ball, slashing, setting up. When they use the post, get the ball on the post, everybody's moving.
Okay.
Defense was at the early point, man-to-man trapping in the corners, doing all that. We're switching, we're coming off with blitzing on everybody. And then in high school, we get there, we get this trap zone. It was wild. It was over.
Oh man, y'all started going like this zone.
It was a trap zone. So you had the two guards, big guards up top, trapping all over, and I was just coming through the wings, stealing.
So it's kind of like this floating amoeba type of a thing going on.
People didn't know what to do.
They don't know what to do. Yeah, you got to be a student of the game to try to dissect this defense. And by the time you even start to recognize it, y'all down 20.
Over quick.
Okay. Okay. You're putting me right there in that environment, and I see it because you also heard about this.
Yep.
So now I appreciate you giving me the backstory for me to kind of be right there.
Yeah.
Let's cross over into the high school years, man. What's that looking like for you? You mentioned that I think Lamar is still in high school.
Yeah. So
right?
I went from 7th grade, then I made the jump to varsity in 8th grade.
Nah, hold on. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. All right. Let's bring that back. Let's bring it back to 8th grade because you're on varsity at 8th grade.
I'm on varsity. And understand, so the varsity, here we go. So the way I'm coming at, the year before, I'm on 7th grade. So the varsity, now understand, this is the year before me is kind of when the whole program changed, right?
Is this 7th grade for you or 6th grade?
7th grade. So this is this time is 92, 93 year.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Now we're talking about 8th grade. Got you.
Yeah. So I'm talking about 7th grade, kind of going what happened before we get to 8th grade. So race just got there a year or so before. So this is the first time, and this is first the team. It had Quentin Brooks, who was all Long Island, Pete Donahue, all Long Island, right? I don't know if Westhampton had all Long Island players before.
We got to research that. Somebody in the chat, go ahead, check that out.
Yeah. I don't think before that. Maybe this guy Greg Clark. Maybe someone slipped through. I'm missing it.
Not many.
But that was a year, kind of like their games were so intense. The crowd. It was like a college atmosphere, I swear to God. Anyone that ever played against us throughout high school, you come in that court, it was just crazy. We had, even my fans were famous. We had a hoop troop. It was just like you playing on the road at a ACC school, man. They jump in, they got the band going, they screaming like, "Go start the bus,"
So they're getting wild in the hoop troop.
Hoop troop, that's who they are. Yeah.
The hoop troop right there, man.
It was so loud in there. So we kind of saw that, and then they started winning. And the way that these communities, you know, in the winter out east, the more you win, the more people come. The buzz started getting.
Okay.
The buzz started getting around, like, what's going on? Oh, because they know. Oh, now what's
everybody know each other. Everybody
yeah. So, okay. So let's see what's going on. They winning, you know, and then they get in the playoffs, right? They win their first game. I forgot. Then they travel on the road. I remember this. I went there, 7th grade. They travel on the road to Amityville. So Amityville has Mike James. This Mike James.
Hold on, wait. Okay. I gotta prepare myself for what I'm about to hear.
You know, it's like Westhampton
coming to Amityville. The hoop troop came to Amityville?
Came to Amityville.
Oh, come on.
Came to Amityville, didn't know what was going, you know, like we never been with Amityville, you know, Mike James, you know, there's no YouTube, but you know, kind of thing. We come in there and we still won. This is a semi. This ends Mike James, and fast forward like 15 years later, I'm like running with Mike James at Hofstra or whatever. He's like, hey, what's up with that Brooks kid? You know, Quentin Brooks.
Yes. That was the guy that was cooking it.
So we get there, they beat Amityville, 7th grade. So then we play, they play, who did they play? Copeg at Stony Brook. We like, Stony Brook, what's this? You know, it's crazy. You know, 7th grade, I'm still looking in.
Yeah, dude.
That's his, I think Ed Brown was like a senior. Devon, I think, was on that team.
Oh, that's a good team, man. That's a good team.
Yeah, so, and then they beat them.
They beat them too?
Beat them.
Are they using this trap defense? Or are they doing this amoeba?
At that time, it's like the year before they start using it, you know. But they're just like, no one knows, you know. I mean, that Copeg team that year, they supposed to win the state.
Yeah, they was good, bro. They was good. I talked to Russ about it. That's one of them big what if teams.
And I still remember that they won at Stony Brook. I'm 7th grade. And we rushed the floor, you know, kind of crazy.
Y'all rushed the floor at Stony Brook?
Yeah.
Wait a second. So
we didn't know.
The hoop troop is different because they rushing they got security, you know. They let y'all rush.
I'm telling you, the hoop troop was wild back there.
That's wild, bro.
This year before I played, they went on. That's the B championship. They beat who they beat? They beat Bridgehampton with Terrell Turner and Javon Harden, and then they lost in the overalls to Bayshore with Gary Williams.
So that's a nice run, though, dude. This is changing the program right before your eyes.
So this is like first thing, and then because they won the B, they play against Roosevelt and my God, Paul Robeson, is that his name?
Paul Culberson.
Culberson, yeah, 6'6" artist. It was like this is where we stopped this year, you know, for them. So, so they played, and that's so boom. Fast forward, 8th grade, we got a taste of it. They pretty much I'm in 8th grade. They moved me up. I'm probably 165 pounds soaking wet.
How tall are you right now at 8th grade?
6'2", 6'3". Then they started dunking and doing that. And
what type of player was you in 8th grade? Was you?
I mean, I was
a wing. You was a big
slasher. I mean, I kind of like at that time I was kind of a sponge, kind of learning, kind of get more physical.
Right.
I just want to be everywhere on the floor, run through a wall, kind of player.
Gotcha,
finishing around, you know.
Yeah.
Just getting there.
How can I help and contribute?
Just getting chaos. Like this 8th grade, you know.
I'm out here just being a dog.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna work harder and I'm gonna know all the plays.
That's dope. That's dope.
I was come off the bench then. I was like 7th man, 8th man, you know, depending on the day.
You was really contributing right there.
Yeah. I scored a little bit, you know, nothing crazy, you know.
This is
like hit the open leg
man. I mean, this is a big deal. That's a big deal. 8th grade, you still got to walk to that other school to go to practice. You're not in that school.
I mean, I'm in there like, you played last. I saw you in your uniform.
Yeah. This whole thing, don't worry about that. You're bluffing and all that.
Yeah.
So you're squarely on varsity. We got this thing going, man. And you said you got the likes of Bronson Moore and these other guys. They're a couple years behind you. They're starting to see this thing forming.
Yeah, it's forming. So that year, I think they went. Did we go? I think it was like another 20-1 season or something, like 20-1, 20-2.
Wow. Who did y'all lose to in the playoffs?
Lost to Southampton in the B finals. They had Juan Leonardo. So that was
He's big time.
Yeah, like it was different.
Yeah.
So that, and then we had Pete Donahue, who at that time was all Long Island that year,
Yeah.
year. And then we lost Kevin Hubbard, and then we had, so that team, Tyrone Ford, who's my cousin, another guy, another family, Mikey's brother.
Another
It's just like,
member.
we all over the place.
Y'all all over the place, dude.
Yeah.
This is crazy. The whole East End, that whole out East section, man, there's some relation in really every household. That is crazy.
Yeah.
But it makes a lot of sense.
So we had a good team, and then for me personally, that's when it kind of things started shifting, right? So now you're like playing a little more travel ball. I'm going to camps now. I'm getting to it. You start seeing like, oh, okay, all right. We got a 5-star or something for the first time. Like, now you see seeing everybody.
Is this 9th or 10th grade right here?
So this is going into ninth grade.
This is going in ninth grade. This is going into 9th grade, man. So you got this. What's the expectations for yourself? Who's doing player development, if any, for you, man? Like, what's going on?
There's coaches around that we would do like different. I think it was more different seasons, and like we play with our friends every day. Everybody's playing every day. There was people in the community. It's got Mr. Larry, who was like around, who helped always like in the shadows, helping kids like who really wanted it, get in the right situations. Just started playing, and then we go to camps. You're learning stuff from what you're learning in camps, and you're your game. You're trying to practice. You're just being competitive. You just staying busy year round in 9th grade.
Yeah.
So, and then when you come back from those at that time like a 5-star camp or something like that, you start seeing who's coming out. Kind of who's around. You're like, I think I compete. Okay, I got this. Yeah, he big.
Right.
And then it kind of move up.
So Jermain, how was your relationship, especially as a young up-and-coming player in this new movement of Westhampton basketball?
Yeah.
How was your relationship with Coach Race?
No, listen,
I see you starting to scratch and rub your head, man.
I think, how it is. I think he wanted to challenge, like in his words, your manhood.
I got to challenge your manhood.
You got to challenge your manhood, because, when you 12, 13, your mind's all over the fucking place. Sorry about that.
Yes. You're all over the place.
Like, he's not your friend. I'm not here to be your friend.
This is
like
what
he's trying to get the best out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And that sometimes you're like, yo, I think he wants to fight me. Maybe, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's feeling like that.
Because I am so angry. And then now I'm taking it out on people on defense and offense. So he's pushing me, and then I'm like, all right, and sometimes some days I'll snap. He'll push me to a point where like, I just remember he's like, I don't know, Jermain, maybe we should leave. I was like, go where?
Where am I going?
Yeah, where I'm going. We can find a place for you right now or something. So I'm like,
yeah, man, you want to go to Southampton? I'll send you over there. You got some cousins over there.
I can go anywhere.
So, and then, what I'm saying, like he's looking to try to cultivate probably a level of discipline, a level of consistency, and really being able to tap in and go past what you're even thinking.
He broke a lot of guys, but
I'm sure he did. I'm sure
and he brought a lot of guys together. Like, don't quit. You might want to quit on him, but don't quit on us kind of mentality,
Got you.
And I think what he was doing, and we just didn't know, because your kids, like, he's setting you up for life in a way that yo, guys, this is not easy. Like if you're the biggest, if I'm the biggest adversary in your life, you're going to be fine, but just, you don't know that going in. So you're just trying to do your best. So
did you appreciate that then? Or you was like, man, there was a lot of animosity, but you like, I'm going to do my job. And then as you got older, you're like, man, I really appreciate it.
I think when you like, your first day in college basketball, you're like, damn, thank God.
Yeah. Yes.
Because this is easier. I think, a little way. I've been, I know.
I'm prepared for this.
Yeah, I know how Jack coaches too. So,
he's not as firm as that. So
no, I know. He demands a lot from you guys. He demands a lot. So
let's talk about let's slide into these like sophomore and going into the junior years? Because these are some of the highlight years of this program, dude.
So we go into
What's the thought
freshman year.
process?
We have a good season. You know, I remember I made all league most improved, all league most improved, kind of thing. We
That's
lost
amazing.
to Riverhead. And, they had Mike Ruth on the team.
Yes, he was good money.
So we lost him at Riverhead. I remember that. So that leaves my brother. He's gone. So pretty much the driver's seat is kind of me. Like, here you are. You already had 8th and 10th grade. Here's the keys.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd that feel?
It felt great. And at the same time, it's like, now we have this pseudo legacy that's going on. Like, we got to win. Right? We got to win. So I'm there. So now this is crazy. So it's my sophomore year. I had a great campaign. Averaging like 16 and 10, whatever. And understand our way that we played, it was like, everyone had a job to do, kind of. And by 20, you're only playing 3 quarters. Kind of mentality.
Yes.
But everyone's still playing hard. Everyone's developing. At this time, like Bronson Martin is in 7th grade. They bring him up from 7th grade. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, they bring him up. So in some games he started too. It's like because it's crazy.
He's starting at 7th grade. A couple games.
Huh?
He's starting a couple games in 7th grade.
7th grade.
He's a super phenom.
But we also, because we all grew up together in the same neighborhood, it's like, hey, it's like we playing outside. Do the same thing.
Do the same thing. Don't change anything. Just
we believe in you.
Yeah, y'all running the same plays. Y'all know the terminology. Yeah. Plug in, do what you do.
And this year, my sophomore year, is when Dale Menendez came.
So that's the big name.
So that's when he came in and trying to now he's coming. I think he had the hardest situation because we all grew up together. Mike Ford, Jeremy League and Bronson, Jason Ritchie, all these nuclear guys on the team. And now he's coming in. It's like, how does he fit in? We close our eyes and know which way it's going.
Okay.
So he come in, he's humble. Learned growing pains in the beginning, but understood once you get to know us and get everyone, we know you, and we kind of get vibing. So.
How did he take the coach races? Because he was.
We all had some growing pains at times. I think. Like anyone, you're a point guard. It's going to be hard. It's harder on you than anyone,
Right, you're the quarterback.
You start a point guard. It's but the same thing. He was a competitor. He played hard. He was athletic, strong. So, after a while, it became second nature, But definitely that first year was definitely him finding himself. Just because it's like, whoa, it's a shot. Okay, they know what they're doing. I've never been, coach like this. That's somebody real hands-on, expects a lot from you on the court, off the court, and everyone else is,
So how did that season end?
So that season, I remember this one. All right, so that season ended. So we're thinking we're in good position. I remember this. We won 16, 17 games that year. And what I would say is okay, we're here. We're always trying to get back to Stony Brook, and now they got the
Stony Brook is now that's the benchmark. We got to
that's the benchmark. So that changed the whole culture. Okay, we go to Stony Brook. We go to Stony Brook. All right,
hoop troop trying to get up in Stony Brook.
We're in there. Everyone's rocking, and I think this is the year. Oh shit, yeah. Oh, this is the year we got bounced the first round. We played High Follow Hills West, and they had. We're playing at home. They had Melvin Flower. You remember him?
Melvin Fowler.
Yeah, so
football guy.
Football dude, right? So there's a Hop Out Hills West team, man. He nicest, strongest motherfucker I ever played against.
Yeah, he's a big guy, dude.
It was
he's an NFL guy.
Yeah, NFL guy. It was just is this really happening?
What are we doing here, man?
What's happening? We and then next time I look up, the game over, season's over.
Okay.
I was so upset. I went home, started lifting weights, but
I got to get my.
Because I never felt that. You just,
Excuse me.
Pardon me. I'm making room for my car in my garage. Excuse me, out of the way.
Excuse me. Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. I didn't know they got you guys out of there.
Yeah, they got us out.
In this one, I'm sure this hurt. We didn't get to Stony Brook.
Yeah.
We
So
didn't
we
even
didn't
get
get
to
to
Stony
Stony
Brook,
Brook.
so I got to get to the weight room. Now,
Yeah.
is there any type of recruitment going on for guys in Westhampton at
At,
this time?
so now colleges. So now, okay. So sophomore year, I had a great year, all county, all conference, all
Yes.
state kind of
Yeah.
thing. So things are popping. Went to 5-star, made an all-star, started doing it now.
You're getting a little bit of buzz now.
So now you're getting a little buzz. You get your first letter, but you don't know they don't mean anything. And I still remember it was from University of Kansas. I was done. I was like, oh,
I'm
it came to me
framing
like,
this.
oh, I'm framing this. So I was like, University, they want me, baby.
They want me, man. They send you a
They're like,
questionnaire.
bro, this has been printed.
This is a questionnaire. They didn't even really sign it, but
it was good.
But it's a boost. It's a
It's a
boost
boost. So
that
you
like,
start
hey,
seeing work. Yeah.
yeah, this is something big. And are you starting to recognize, because you was playing the travel ball since early, right?
Yes.
Y'all starting to have success. Now, was this something that you wanted to pursue moving forward outside
At
of?
this time, so now I linked up travel and ball. I started linking up with, Robbie Mora, his dad, Mr. Mora, out of
Yes,
Sayville, used to run the Lupus game.
Sayville, the lupus game.
Yeah, so the
Yes,
Lupus game, he ran. That was the biggest thing.
that was a big
And
deal.
after my preseason sophomore year, we're going. I was on the Suffolk team, and we're going against Vasil Etemov, playing North Carolina.
Eftimov.
Yeah, and I had a good game against them. They did. I was the Suffolk County MVP of that game, so that changes everything.
That changes everything.
Sophomore year, because they'd be like, "Oh, okay," that's when you see everybody, me, Oliver, everybody is playing. Kind of how Oliver Hinkson, like we all playing together, and people start seeing you, and
Yes,
Jason
yes.
Hernandez, like all these names you start dropping. You start,
Yeah.
like, oh, and he's a sophomore, and he got MVP, so it changes everything.
Did you feel like that obviously, did that help your confidence? And then also, did it feel like it brought more pressure to you? What
It
did that
helped
do
my
for you?
confidence, and I remember that right after that, or right before that, I forgot it went. Like Mr. Moore said, "Hey, I got an AAU team, and we go into ISA. We're down in Gauchos, Riverside. You all over
Oh, you
playing."
playing the big dogs.
So, but now the teams are like, it's me, Oliver Hinkson, Russell Burton, Jason Hernandez, Sean Kinney, all these guys. We just like picking them up on the way. Like, who we got
Y'all was
this
on the
week?
same team?
Yeah.
That's a good team, dude.
Yeah.
That's a
So we
good
all,
team.
there's the guys out of Bayshore, Brian Ehlers, all those dudes, you just.
What was the name of this team, dude?
I don't even know that. It was some name. He funded it all.
Somebody in the chat, give us the name of this AAU team. This is some like really grassroots type joint where we had a pretty good AAU team on Long Island.
I forgot the name.
Somebody
The name.
put that in
At
the
that time,
chat.
everyone knew Long Island Panthers. They knew the Long Island Lightning or something like that, and we were just like, but it was a good squad.
Bunch of
like,
guys,
yeah. We're going into. Can you play this week? Get a call? Yeah, we go ahead. We're going to go in. We're playing West Fork. We're playing here. We're playing everywhere. And I think that was the one when you started seeing like, we're playing against Lamar Odom and Speedy Claxton. You're seeing these guys.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
You're like, oh, okay, this is the one on the day. You kind of then you can put
I heard
yourself
this
in the
name
game.
before. Now you see him in real life. I heard the name. I seen him in the match.
Because back then no one knows. Like all I know is like, oh, you Tristan Smith. I don't know what you can do, but I like enough people have talked about you. You're gonna figure it out.
You. Right, I heard about you. Now I get to see.
And I think that was the best thing when people like hear your name, but they didn't know your game yet.
Yeah, that was the difference in the beauty before having the internet and everything like that. That element of surprise and like really just respect that you have for a person's game when you get a chance to see them for the first time.
Yeah.
So we running and we're moving and shaking, and you're getting a couple of letters of interest and everything.
Yeah.
You're winning MVPs against Vasil Eftimov, who's a McDonald's guy. What's going on with the junior year, dude? We're going junior year and then senior year because
I'm back. We're back again. Everyone's in full throttle. We kind of have our nucleus together, with Bronson starting at the 2, Bronson Martin at the 2, Dale at the 1. We had Jason Ritchie at the 3. We had Mike Ford and Dwayne Sanders. Dwayne was
this is a good team here.
Yeah. So now he's at that time he's a sophomore. Mike's a junior with me. So they split in time, and then you got me playing. So that year, again, this is like our coming out party, and pretty much we run the table. Everything is going well. We get back to Stony Brook for the first time. We missed the last 2 years.
The Hoop Troop is happy.
Hoop Troop is happy. The school's rocking, and then we face off Amityville with Oliver and who else is there?
Oh, we got Eric Lamont on that team.
Eric Lamont, Boyd, Teron Carpenter.
Yeah.
You got all the Henroy Douglas.
Yeah. We some names.
Yeah. So these, this is 90. This is 97.
97. Ben Duverglass there. Ben's there. It might have been going.
Yeah. And then I'm playing against them. I know Coach Aggs and his brothers and all of them because with the circuit and you play whatever in some basketball you play against. I know Oliver. His family very well. Sharice and all of them. Like his dad, because he played on my AAU.
Y'all playing the AAU together. Y'all driving and playing together.
So we good. But as soon as you step across that line, it was a different Oliver. It was different.
Yeah. Y'all throwing cheap shots and elbows at each other.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, oh, okay. I said, I got a bounty. I got a bounty. I remember the dude, Henroy, hit me dead in my chest. Like, oh, okay. Because I was like, okay,
Henroy,
I know who
too.
you are,
Yeah.
So I definitely remember that. And Oliver getting and1 screaming. I was like, that's not even you. Okay, but.
We got a situation right here.
Yeah, okay, this is where we are. So we're there. That was we battling back and forth. I remember this. The 27 seconds to go, we up maybe 2 or 4. We got the ball. Our coach called what they call 4 corners. That means just hold it out. Hold it out. And we couldn't get the ball in bound, and that shit was over. We lost to Amityville right there. Like pop, pop,
pop, pop. So this sounds like a little bit of sweet revenge from my guy Mike James.
Oh, it was devastating. I think I'm still
Mike James hard on his own court, and the Hoop Troop is in there talking crazy, and we get a little bit of payback.
Yeah.
A couple years later. So how did that feel, dude?
So losing that one right there, damn, that one hurt.
That one hurt.
Because we're like, it's over. Like we so coached. We've been here before. We can get in it on anyone. We're just going to spread it out, cut and move, and get the foul, go to the free throw line.
We can move on. Hoop Troop, come on out the stands, and we on to the next.
Let's go to the next. We up, and it's a tough game, don't get me wrong. But when, how it's a seesaw game, whoever got the momentum at that last under minute is going to change everything.
Yeah.
So
what do we learn from that, dude?
We're like 20-0, 21-0 at that time before we lost to so we were like, we got a chance to win the states. It didn't work out that way. So
the agony of defeat, bro, and when you're so close and y'all been cooking all year long.
Yeah.
What do we do in the summertime? What's the thought process going into junior, going to senior? This is gonna be your senior year, dude.
It's gonna be my senior year. I'm back on the road. I'm back on the road with a vengeance. Just everything that came my way. That was it, man.
How tall are you right now, Jermain?
So I've listed at 6'5", but in college would take my shoes off 6'4" 3/4.
6'4" 3/4. We're gonna give you 6'5". So you're 6'5" guy.
Yeah.
You're playing around the rim, man. You're slashing. You're doing whatever it takes out there.
It was step out a little bit.
Step out, hit the 3 ball.
But you don't really have to as much because we had guards like Bronson Martin. Like
you didn't have to showcase that as much, but you had to.
So everyone's like, "This is your job. This is what you do." And that's kind of how high school can kind of be. Yeah. Everyone has that.
Especially in that time frame, you can kind of get this boxed into a certain position.
Yeah, even though we know you can shoot 3, we know, and all this stuff, and then hey, but we need you to do the slashing off the dribble, finishing, maybe short pull up, kind of get the rebounds, run the floor, make this commit chaos. So we start the senior year, and we got. How it ends, but I think they lost to Amityville. That kind of drove us.
That lit the fire going into next year.
That was it, because that feeling, bro. That pain,
You don't like that, yeah. I'm not feeling this again, so I'm going to go ahead and do my thing. Now, what's going on with your bros and at home and everybody? What's going on in the neighborhood? Are they obviously they're feeling the hurt on that, but are they recognizing that you guys have really created a full program over these past
Well,
few years?
I think at the time they knew. I mean, my brothers at the time, they one was finished. My older brother Brian was finished college. My brother
Yeah.
Lamar was finishing senior year of college, and he was having his way. And then I think at home, I mean, it was what's the 90s. Yeah, so home was good. I think that the year before, I lost my grandmother, who was very close to the family. Like,
Okay.
so that kind of like, man, that just kind of take
Yeah.
you to another emotional standpoint. We didn't
Yeah.
know what to ask about, but you kind of bottle it up, and you can either lash out or just just take it out on everybody.
So how did you feel like you handled that since you lost a close loved one, you know what I mean? And you're still obviously navigating basketball, man. How do you feel
Yeah,
like
I think it's at that age and that time is the only way. How do you escape? That's your haven.
basketball?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna represent her through here, and everybody's in trouble now.
yeah. And so we came there. I think we had an agenda, and I remember that, if I'm not wrong, they went upstate at that year before, and they went. I think they beat Manhasset. I said they blew them out.
They smoked me.
And I remember that. I was like, man, that was our ticket.
That was the ticket. Yeah. Whoever
we don't know what we did up there, but
I was going. Yeah, it's how high percentage I was going to Glen Falls.
Yeah, after whoever won that game was going.
I remember seeing that Manhasset game on Cablevision.
Yes.
Yeah, we could have. Yeah, that might have been it, right? The hoop troop, get ready.
Yeah, that's it. So we came back.
Okay.
I think that was the time, and we had at this time now we have a other like combo guard German league and super athletes play with us all the time. He's ready to go too. So we have depth. We have Mike Ford and Dwayne Sanders still splitting time. Jace Ritchie, Bronson, Martin Daleman, and me, myself, and coaching staff. We've been now think about it, it's come back to this. We've been running the same stuff, offenses since 7th grade. Now we're seniors, right?
5 years in on it.
Now we had this trapping zone, which was smothering defenses and stuff. And we played it. We never got out of it. We only got out of it once. We had a boxing one on Mo Manning from Bridgehampton. That's the only time.
we got to switch up the defense.
Yeah, we can't. He's like, nah, he's gonna get something special.
He's too good. We got to switch it up for this guy.
So Bruce Manning got the boxing.
Shout out to Mo Manning.
What?
Yeah, he was ready for the other thing. He had to switch it up on him.
I can't have him. At that time, you couldn't have him having his feet.
So what's going on in senior year, man? This is a special year for not only Westhampton but for Long Island basketball history.
Yeah.
Run us through this senior year, dude. Special time.
Senior year comes off. I still remember the games. And we come off. We played Babylon. I think they had the Mayo brothers or somebody. I forgot their names, man. Somebody probably knows one.
Yeah, it might be a Mayo. That sounds pretty familiar.
And we literally almost lost. First year, right? We're like, yo, did we just win by 3? Like, at home, like, struggling, again, another scare, and that right there.
That was an eye-opener.
I mean, we went through our league. We had, tough league that year. We had North Babylon. They had, Barry Baker.
Barry B.
We had to see him a lot. You don't really want to see that too much at that time.
Shout out to Barry B out there. He's good money.
We had to go through a few times through him. We running through the league. We played Maurice Manning and Bridgehampton and Southampton. They had squad. Everyone had squad. At that time, Huntington had a big squad. Oh my God. I mean, we're playing everybody, scrimmaging everybody, that we can play. Senior year's going well. We go undefeated in the league. We get back to the playoffs.
Yup. Unfinished business.
Yeah, we play Southampton that first round at home. Still another big crowd, They play
big crowd. All the families there.
Yeah, the big East Hampton. Then we went to the Bees, played played Harvard Fields. We won that. And then we had to play, I remember the Bridgehampton again on the big court, and I mean, that place was jumping, man, at Stony Brook.
You got the whole all the East End out there.
So it was everybody. I mean, it was jumping. We, playing against Maurice Manning and his Ron White and all those teams, Fred, it was personal.
Epic moment.
Yeah, and I remember that game against Bridgeham. You know, Dwayne Sanders had a big game. You know, I was like, "Who is he?" And that was his coming out party.
That's
He had a
just
coming
coming
out
out
party
there.
the year before, but that was his like coming out party. And then everyone was, and then we played North Babylon again for the third for the overall counties
Oof.
with Barry Baker. And I'm like, you know, it's hard to beat the team 3 times.
It really is.
So, I mean, but we were so close. Like, I mean, we never school. And they got to understand, school never won a overall county championship.
Never got one.
So we thought, you know, the best, and then we won it. We're like, wow, you know, this is static, you know.
Static, dude. Like we reached the mountaintop, you know what I'm saying? And y'all ran through some really good teams to be able to do that.
Yeah, and then, I mean, I mean, at that point we're at the zone. We're in the zone like as a team, and everyone vibing. Now the community is behind you, like, what's next? What's next?
Yeah.
And we played with to go upstate that year. We didn't play Manhasset. We played Southside and had the Bailey brothers.
The Bailey brothers. That's a little tougher squad than Manhasset.
Yeah, so they had them, you know, James Altman, and I remember these guys' names and stuff like that. But I was like, oh, okay, you know, they won their carry, and these guys could shoot. They're all over the place, you know.
Yeah.
We played them up at Hofstra, and then we go upstate. Now and we were like, wow, we made it to Glen Falls.
Y'all win the Long Island.
Yeah,
y'all like, okay, Glen Falls. Next
what we doing here? What's next? What the air feel like? What's the temperature? You know.
So I know Westhampton is buzzing. Everybody's booking the ticket to come out.
I mean, people. I had a friend. I might use his name, but like, he wasn't supposed to go up there. He went up there. You know, like
going up there
looking for him. There's no cell phones. You know.
she about to report him missing.
You know, he's missing. Like that was the kind of. Like our games, like it was the hottest ticket, man. Like I mean, you know, when
that's dope.
The band from the community, the press, you know, out there because they have their local papers out there. You know,
that's dope.
People recognizing you and like, oh, what's going on next?
And may I add, this is kind of the first time that you guys are the centerpiece of that East End.
Yeah, right? So now it's like,
some of these other ones.
Like Southampton, I think I don't know if they were up there, but Bridgeham, I mean, they're every year. No.
They were up there every year. Southampton has had their moments. Yeah, East Hampton had their moments in the 80s. This is you guys' moment.
Yeah. And this comes through, and it's like, it took years, right?
It literally took
years.
And
it would go back to the coaching, like, this is how hard it was. This is his master plan when we were 11 and 12, right?
That's dope.
How it comes full tuition, you know, it's just like, wow,
that's dope.
We're here, so we're here. We play in the semis versus Pyongyang. We beat them, and I remember I then played a great game. I had put some new M1 shoes on. I was like, oh no, you know, you try
to go out there and style, and your feet is hurting.
Oh, feet was killing me, man. It was bloody and everything. It was a mess. And then here we go. We got the public school state title, and we played this guy Scott Unger. I think he was like All-American honorable mention. Played at Richmond. You know, they Syracuse West Hill, which was the undefeated champions in the Class B the year before. So this is defending.
This is the defending champ.
So we over there. You're like, oh, these dudes big. You know, like these country boys upstate. You know, like okay. And we stayed true to what we ran. We didn't get out of it, you know, and we were able to win a state title by like 20 points, you know.
Smoke these dudes.
Yeah, and I mean, like in that game, I mean, everyone was playing. Dale played a great game, you know. Bronson came in, Mike Ford came in, Dwayne. I mean, everybody contributed up there.
Everybody contributed.
The whole team, the coaches were locked in, the fans. I remember people were saying when we were playing the state title that they played like the radio through the intercoms through school. So it's like because again, this is so like you can listen to the game.
They getting the play-by-play
through the school.
They getting the play-by-play.
Play-by-play. So as we going up,
there ain't nobody doing any work.
Oh, no.
Everybody's locked in. What are we doing right here? Can we win our first state title?
Yeah, and then we won, and it was just like you're elated. You're just so excited. And just,
oh man, bro!
I mean, you know what it was. I mean, I only got one, but so you there, you're hugging everybody, you're hugging all the parents that helped us and
Yes.
families, and it's just and I never forget. I'm in the bus going back to the hotel, and Dale's like, "Yo, we'll never forget this, man.
Never forget this, bro.
Never forget this.
I'll never forget this."
I'm
And also, I would imagine all of the stuff that you got from Coach Race.
Yeah, yeah.
all
we
made
friends.
it worth
We
it for
friends
this
now.
moment.
That's when we become friends, right? Everyone's
Yeah. You're not so bad right now in this moment because you helped prepare us for this.
Yeah.
So thank you.
And
Thank you so much for that. Then y'all get back home.
And then the love, we got home, we got off the highway, and we see like the police and the fire trucks, man.
I got the escort lined up.
We didn't know, oh boy, people out there. We came off hugging you. I mean, like, we came in, had a little like ceremony in the gym. It was just like, what is happening?
What is happening, dude?
Yeah, we didn't know.
And you guys earned that. Like y'all working and Coach implemented a system 5 years ago, and you guys stayed true to the plan. Y'all executed. You guys had the right pieces, right? You had the right pieces, and it sounds like there's even been sacrifices on some certain parts of your game for this common goal.
And to understand our game, so to understand how it worked in my senior year, like I averaged like 18 and 10, Bronson averaged 16, like Dale averaged 14. Now any other team, everyone's averaging like 20 something. Like just because
we're gonna get
all those numbers up because it's like, hey, we're gonna run the offense through you, but we run it collectively. Okay, you got the kick, pop, boom, 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 boom. It's a well-oiled machine. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna take a sacrifice, get it to you. I see a mismatch, and really,
it's a sacrificial style of basketball that you don't see as often in today's game.
And we never had it like, okay, you come off the bench, you're gonna get the same respect as the person who starts.
That's dope. That's dope.
So it's like, and if like, say Dwayne came off the bench, or that Mike Ford came off the bench, or Jeremy Lee came off the bench, they're gonna get the ball and they could do this at the same kind of freedom. Maybe not much freedom, but we're gonna give them the same confidence. Like, hey, get to it. So we won the state, the public school, and they say you got to go back up for the federation.
Did you even know that was a thing?
We didn't know what was.
You're like, wait, we could go back.
We go back. Well, what does it mean? So you got to play. You got to play for the overall, like Catholic and New York City.
Catholic and the city guys, man. I get one more crack at it again.
So we got to go back up. I was like, So okay, we go back up. We face who's that? St. Mary's. They have Tim Cluse is coaching.
Excellent coach, excellent team.
Joel Suarez is a sophomore year. Again, another name. He's like, we this young kid, and I was like, all right.
He was out there cooking.
I mean, he came out the gate like, he's angry. Like,
he always got the face on, polished game.
I was like, it's real. Like, you don't know because okay,
this is what they advertise as good as advertised.
So we had they had a couple D1 players and stuff like that, and then we won, kind of, and then we had to play it against the city champs, another undefeated team in it's Wadley out of Manhattan, out of Harlem. And then, like, one of the assistant coaches was Earl Manigault, they used to.
I know who the GOAT is. Absolutely.
Yeah. So he was like, is that the GOAT? Like, on the bench? Like,
this is trippy right here.
This is crazy.
I seen your little movie.
So we played them, and then we beat them for the Federation. There was no more. And that's how I ended my basketball career at Westhampton, man.
You won your last game. How many games did y'all lose that year?
0.
So what was the overall record, dude?
28-0.
28-0. So this is historic. Not only.
This is historic for the state. Not in Long Island.
This is historic. You guys are a part of history, man. Exactly. How does that feel?
I mean, it feels good. You still. If I ever make it back out east, and like people are like, oh man, I remember, man, that was fun. That was the best time. I remember we had so much fun, and when we see each other now in life, as adults, have families and stuff, like we still talk about it, just like I mean, this has been almost, whew, 98. We're pushing 30 years almost.
It's going on 30 years, man,
Yeah.
and for it to continue to ring out. Let me ask you, do you feel like your team is underappreciated when it comes to like some of the great teams of Long Island?
Well, I think overall,
in your opinion,
you're going to have a bias because where we located.
do you feel like the out east part of Long Island doesn't get the same level of respect?
No, I mean, you can. All right, so
be honest with me from your perspective.
I mean, perspective, of course, right? Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just what. Think about what you said. Who we playing? Westhampton, 20, right? That's your mentality already.
It's hard to deny that because you guys, it's almost like driving to New Hampshire to come and play you guys,
and you come out there and you're like, who out here? Like, how do these people get out here? Like,
we had to leave school early, dude, to come and play you guys out that way. So yes, there is a bias that comes from anywhere west of you guys, and then it's understandable why you guys kind of really support one another. First of all, you guys are family with one another, but then also y'all can feel that like, yo, they don't really have the same level of respect for us, and we really can get right out here.
Yeah,
So,
and I think
pretty dope.
I think especially I'm going to speak about my era, like that late 90s or early 2000s, kind of when you cross into like the pure talent of individuals and teams and people, like names multiple all Long Island players out there, multiple state titles. And then that year, like we won, like Bridgehampton won a state title, Westhampton won a state title, and then following year, Southampton wins a state title.
That's a fact.
These are still state. I still have to go against everyone up west and upstate New York and the city.
Yep.
And this is who we going against year round or whatever at different times.
Y'all been going against each other since grade school in the streets.
Yeah, you play against everyone. It's like, oh, okay. Hey, Courtney, okay, Tammy and Trent, all these people at that time, Mo Manning, you know who they are.
We know these guys. We know these guys, man. So now you kind of pretty much left at the mountaintop.
Yeah.
Y'all staked your claim on New York State history, 28-0.
Yep.
One of the top teams to ever do it.
Yep.
Where do we go from here, dude?
So we go here at that time. And now the college process, right? So
you got the college part, but let's wrap this up. Man, you're an all-state player. You're all Long Island.
So all-state.
Like, you was co-Class B New York State Player of the Year.
Dale and I split that.
Y'all split that, man, which is kind of fitting because of the sacrifice that you guys were making for one another.
And then they tell me, like Dale won Suffolk County Player of the Year. They say it kept going in overtime. Who was who was.
Yeah, we about to split this between these guys too, man.
Yeah, it could have been both ways.
Y'all know how they rock, man. Just give them both the thing. So it was supposed to happen something like that. So you left pretty much at the highest note that you can go on. So you went through the recruiting process. Where did we end up, dude?
So we went through, and this guy ended up at New York Tech. Okay. Kind of got there as that whole recruiting process was kind of crazy.
Talk to me.
So, I probably at the time getting recruited from like mid-major, low D1, D2, whatever, trying to find your way.
Yeah.
And I had committed to Winthrop University, Big South Conference at the time.
Yeah, Winthrop.
Played Coastal Carolina Conference. I was like, all right, so I'm out. We're wrapping it up. I'm telling everybody I'm going to, Winthrop.
I'm going down south.
Yeah, got the offer. We're going to wait for the signing period to sign it, blah, blah, blah. So the teams fall back. And then I see on the ticker that they fired the coach.
Oh, coaching change.
Yeah, coaching change. It worked out for the better of them. So I was like, what do we do? I'm 17 years old. Am I going from New York to South Carolina with just off of hope?
Right.
And then that coach reached out and said, hey, I respect your scholarship that's coming, but I'm bringing my own guys in,
okay.
So
we know that code.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is going, and I was just like, what am I going to do, right? All right. I told everybody that, they're gone, the scholarships are gone because everyone filled them up.
Yep.
New York Tech was there. I was like, this is close to home. It's D2. I say, all right, let me get in here.
Yep.
Maybe I do 2 years, a year, whatever it looks like, and then leave. You know, went to New York Tech. You know, basketball-wise, great experience. You know, played there, started there 4 years. You
All
know,
4 years.
all 4 years, had a great career there. Probably made a lot of lifelong friends as well there.
Yep.
You know, kind of like
Yep.
still hang out, still talk, still laugh on group chats and everything like that.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I mean, and you know, you got better as a man. You grow up there. You know, you kind of take advantage of everything. You know,
Yeah. Facts.
um, you know, and it could have been anything. I could have went somewhere else, sat the bench 4 years, never really experienced like I had, but I was able to get out there, contribute, and have a good game. You know, good games,
Facts.
and meet the best people out there. You know, and yeah, I don't think I. Of course, I would love to, try to went down there and had a big experience, but
Right.
it kind of worked out. I ended up finishing 4 years. You know, I tried to play pro, like at the time USBL.
USBL.
Yes,
Yep.
the CBA was like kind of on their last leg at that time.
Yep. CBA.
And then at that time, how it is, like, you got to eat. So,
Right.
yeah, so they offered me a graduate assistant job, kind of
Okay.
did that, and got my master's degree. And then that was the chapter, baby.
Yeah, and you kind of moving into adulthood
Yeah,
now. When you started to recognize that the ball was going to stop bouncing and everything like that, as far as because we always have a hoop dream of some sort.
yeah,
It's going to look like this, and
yeah,
sometimes it's a lot like it, and sometimes it's
yeah.
way different. But there's no pause button on life. We're going to get older, and the ball will
Yeah,
stop
I
bouncing.
think what it was for me, it was like being a grad assistant or around there at New York Tech. I was able to stay in shape, stay crisp as you with the players, and you still getting your reps in, but now you rebound a little more.
Yeah, yeah, you can
You
pick your
know,
spots a little more too.
like, okay, but still, there's no motivation. Your body's tired, it's inflamed. You've been playing
That's
off,
important.
like I'm like, and then you're out there chasing so many opportunities, and you're
Yep.
like, man, what am I doing? And I think the hard transition for any student athlete or athlete is become a civilian, as we call it.
Exactly. Exactly.
When the noise goes away, the claps go away, no one really, your identity. Um,
Yep.
and it's hard. It's a hard transition at
It
first.
is. How do you feel like you transitioned from it?
I think a lot of time what I did at first was like when the game was over, I had to step away from the game, like
Okay.
because it's an addiction. You want to be around it, and then you see yourself vicariously being one of these players, but you're not there. But you're delusional. We're all delusional. So we're doing that. From that standpoint, yeah, I think the transition went well. I got my master's. I moved
Yeah.
in the corporate world in New York City.
Yep.
I explored more passions that I wanted to do. I got into
Yep.
acting.
Yep.
So moved out to LA, and that's been going well with different opportunities, and it's just part of life, And then you
That's
learn those lessons of hard work and putting the time in and sacrificing from basketball.
absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
every weekend's accounted for. You missing the party, or you missing here, you're there, and it was you definitely leaning on your family and your friends, and you just keep plugging along, man.
Absolutely. So I love what you're saying is how basketball, any sport for that matter,
Yeah,
is going to kind of be this avenue for life.
yeah,
And everybody is going to have some similarities and then also some differences. But for you to use your basketball and then get your master's and then be
yeah,
able, like you said, to do some of the pleasures of
exactly.
in life and then be able to kind of set yourself
Yeah.
up and everything like that is beautiful to see.
And I remember this college coach came in, they recruiting you, and they had like the whole presentation, and they got a slide, and then one slide was just a basketball that was flat. And it said, no matter who you're going to be, if you Michael Jordan or whatever, this basketball is going to run out of air one day. And, so you're going to be prepared for that. And you telling some 17, 18-year-old kid, what do you mean I'm doing this forever?
What do you mean, dude? I'm about to go.
My knees are
forever.
fresh.
Yeah.
My back is, it's still good. But at that time, it's like you know, it ends. Everything ends. You know, and
It
that's life.
does. It does.
And then how to tell someone to prepare for that? It's crazy because you think about it. What I said, I picked up the ball like 10,
Yep.
and by 21, it's over, or 22, it's over. That's 12 years. That's a blip, man. That's nothing.
Facts.
So
Facts.
that big window can change your life.
Facts.
You know.
And it's important to even have some of the conversations, even with your loved ones, to kind of steer them in there, because I think it's a hard hitting thing when it's not talked about
Yeah.
that much. You know, you just kind of just ride the wave. And then,
you ride the wave, and then that, and like, and as you know, you won championships, and like,
yeah,
and when you out there, you chasing that.
you're chasing that, and you're chasing the opportunity to be able to make money doing something that you love doing,
Exactly.
and something that you've been doing for so very long. Could
Yeah.
you be one of those, 1% people to get into this league, or 2% to
I
get in?
mean, you're living out of a suitcase. You know, we try to make a little pro run. You know, you're living in a suitcase. You eating,
Yeah,
noodles and stuff, trying to make it work. You
trying to make it work.
balling. Then the NBA makes cuts. And that's trickle down. You gone. You know, like,
Yeah, it's that.
and
It's a business, and you recognize how big the business is
yeah,
when you're kind of in those situations
yeah,
after high school.
yeah. So it's one of those things, and I kept it real. It's like, you know, it's like that's who I was. You know, kind of, because that's the only way I could separate it.
Yep,
You know.
yep. So let me ask you, let me ask you, how do you feel like those moments prepared you for life currently? These moments through the
I mean,
Westhampton in seventh
I
grade,
think.
yeah, with your brothers and everybody, the whole situation.
The whole situation is understanding that it's like understanding the worth of people that you need, because you can't do it by yourself
Yes.
in that way, and understanding like on the way some people are going to be happy for you and some people won't, and that's okay.
Yep.
You know, and I understand that everyone that cheers for you doesn't love you, everyone who doesn't cheer for you doesn't love you. You know.
Yep. Yep.
So from that standpoint, I think being an athlete, or you know, anybody that competes at any level is saying that you have to work hard. You have to sacrifice. You're gonna miss some birthdays. You're gonna miss some vacations. But what are you working towards?
Yep.
You know. And I remember my mom, God bless her soul, she was like, once you start something, you can't quit. I don't care if it's in the backyard, you're playing with your brothers, you're fighting, whatever. You can't quit.
Don't quit.
You know, don't quit. And then that's kind of my motto. You know, I'm gonna start it, I'm gonna finish it, and can't quit. When
Don't quit.
people rely on you sometimes. Your family relies on you. You rely
Yep.
on yourself. You know, we just gotta. Things gonna happen, and you gotta keep going. You know,
I
so
love it. So
that's
you was getting it on two fronts. You was getting it at home. Don't quit, right?
yeah.
You
I mean,
see it
I'm
through.
definitely blessed
That's
that
dope.
I had the family I had. You know.
Yep, that's dope. Shout out to the family to kind of create and shape your environment for you to
Yeah.
have the mentality, coupled with this dynamic personality
and
of Rich
and
Vegas.
I give all the utmost the home to my parents. They all we have three boys, three black boys. We all got college degrees. You know,
Beautiful,
and
beautiful. Shout out to your parents, your
yeah,
support system,
yeah,
your family, your extended family,
yeah,
and everything like that. And now you can even pay it forward with stories like this,
yeah.
man.
Of
You
course,
you've seen the ups and downs of what sports brings you, and
uh,
then sliding into life.
I mean, sports is, I think, and how we like what we accomplish is like how I'm able to talk to you right now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
30 years ago. You know, I'm able to speak to you, and what you accomplished it that gives you this platform.
yeah,
You know, your sacrifices and what you did. And
yeah,
everyone, oh, that's Tristan Smith. You know that name. I don't gotta say it once.
yeah.
You know?
I
Yeah.
appreciate
Yeah.
you.
And I think that's the great, and having and being blessed that I had coaches, from youth and parents that were there, and then, high school and traveling and everybody in college, and just meeting the whole plethora of people out there.
I got two questions for you
All
right
right.
before we wrap a bow on this.
Okay.
What would be one thing, if anything, that you would change about your career?
Mm, my career. I think, oof. I think I would it more on a game. I would have played the game the way, I mean, to be more selfish in the game of like a 6'5" true guard.
A wing.
Legit, like in college, I played 2-3.
You played the 2 and the 3.
2 and 3, shooting threes, everything, hitting
You
it.
hit a lot of threes in college.
Yeah, yeah. So, but that wasn't my role.
That wasn't
right?
your role. You adapted to the role,
Yeah.
but just saying, if I go back, I would assume a little bit more of the role.
Because a lot of times people are like, oh, I see his numbers, they're winning, and it's like, but I'm still gonna play in that system in college. Well, he's 6'5", but can he shoot? He's not showing it. He's scoring. He's making it look easy, but like he's gonna get to college, gonna be 6'7", 6'8", 6'10". Can he do that?
Yeah.
You know, and I think that to me, you know, even if we were up by like 20 points, they go, coach, let me stay in, let me run the guard, let me run the point or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Just to get comfortable, just to have that on your tape, whatever. You know, oh, he can handle the ball, he can shoot. You
Exactly. Because you start to get typecast if you just
yeah.
like one. I get what you're saying.
So it's easy. 6'5", he's like, okay, he better be handling the ball. Like that's simple. Oh, he handles it here, but he's not really shooting it. You know how it is, especially then. I mean, now it's even worse. But
yeah, now they want everybody doing
yeah. I mean, now you and that's the game.
You're allowed to. You're allowed to. They ain't looking at you crazy. Yeah.
I think that would be the one, and I think that would have, like my backup school after not like scholarship falling out, maybe not have been Tech. It might have been something else. And
yeah, because you share the versatility.
Yeah, and I think I'm honest with myself, and I see it. Yeah. And I know it. I'm like, yeah, you know, he's like, yeah, of course. Why would they take a gamble? This is their livelihood.
Facts.
You know, where they say, yo, I need you to come in and do what you're doing now, but I don't know if that's going to translate because the way we run our offense in the position you're playing, I don't know if you can consistently hit threes or coming off the wing.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. How can you don't advertise?
I know.
I know you can run, jump, score. You're smart. You're a good teammate. You pick your players up.
Wow.
But you know, you need to get how you get into the Baja. How you doing it?
Yeah, and you had the ability to do it, but you were sacrificing.
Yeah, and those are sacrifices. You ask myself, do I be selfish, average the 20-something plus games, but maybe not win the state? Or you, with my brothers, like these are my brothers, the teammate, you know, all these guys. Or do we sacrifice and now we can go out to dinner and talk about this moment in our life that we all shared?
That's dope. That's dope.
So
and I was
it's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice, you know. But hey, basketball taking me around the country, around the world. It's giving me free education. It opened the doors. It did what it's supposed to do. And everyone has a different shelf life.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So,
that's a fact.
Yeah.
I got to put you on the hot seat for right here.
Yeah.
Man. I had a nice run.
Yeah.
There's been a collection of nice talent to come through Westhampton.
Uh-huh.
I need you to give me your all-time starting 5 from Westhampton Beach. I say Westhampton Beach.
You can say Westhampton Beach. Yeah. You just say that. No, you say Westhampton. No. I totally listen.
Come on, and I want you to stand on it, right? Like there's a lot of.
Well, you know, you are my all-time starting 5. We're trying to win another state, right?
Yeah.
So this is a weird. If people listen, I'm gonna break it down. So you got to understand. Okay. It's easy to say, I'm only going to talk about what I know, right?
That's it.
There's players that you know, from the early 90s, 80s I grew up with, and I knew they were great all world, you know, and from the Charles Kirkland, the Brian Wilkinson, the Al Green, all these people that in my town we know about, but didn't get the opportunity to show. You know, Mitchell Bloxson, all these players.
Shout out to all of them. We recognize you guys.
All these players, maybe they came through at the wrong time. The team wasn't clicking. Whatever it may have been, I don't know that. You know, all I can know what's in front of me, and what I was strongly influenced because it's my reality. I mean, I'll start off right. So you have in my team the time I played. Or around there, you know, you got Quentin Brooks on Long Island.
Yep.
Pete Donahue, first team on Long Island. First team on Long Island.
Yes, these are big names right here.
You have Bronson Martin.
Yes.
First team on Long Island. Jell Menendez, Suffolk County Player of the Year. First team on Long Island. State Player of the Year to me. First team on Long Island. State Player of the Year. You got Dwayne Sanders. there's 6 people, right? It's about 6 people.
6 guys you just named. Who
yeah, right.
lost?
But then you also have my brother Lamar Hollman, who, you know, won the county championship.
He was cooking out there.
All state, multiple years. Played Hall of Fame college career, his college. You know, played everything, but didn't win on Long Island because we know all Long Island. If you win games, you become.
You got to win some more games.
Yeah. At certain times, you're a sophomore, but these other guys won their games, so you kind of understand.
Yeah.
And
come on, man, I need that.
So I'll start with this. Right? I'm gonna be so biased on this, right? And I'm gonna be. First, I'm gonna put my brother up there because without him or them, it's not me.
Okay. Right? So we got Lamar Hollman in there.
Lamar Hollman. He's the point 6'3", 6'4" guard.
6'6". Okay, running the show.
Yeah, you know, legit point guard. You know,
legit
like that.
Point guard. That's a big. Yeah. That's a big point.
Yeah. Okay. I would definitely put Bronson Martin.
We got Bronson Martin, one of the marksmen.
Yeah, because I mean, he's the all-time leading scorer. He beat my scoring record. So I mean, who am I to say that?
And
right?
He can light the gym up.
Yeah. Mr. Versatility. This guy Pete Donahue played at
Pete Donahue.
Yeah. So first team on Long Island, like very, you know, kind of. That's the guy I had to guard in 8th grade. I'm, you know, kind of learned. You know, he was 6'4", 6'5", legit guard.
I need 2 more.
I got 2 more.
Yeah. Because you're trying to find a way to get 8 guys on this roster.
Yeah. I'm like, hold on.
We're not letting you do that. We're not letting you slide. You're trying to get 8 guys.
I would say, and I'm trying to win. And this is okay. So I will. So now I got to pick because I'm big in the team. I got to pick
2 more players. That's what you got to pick.
We say
you need 2 more players.
Yeah. So you have. Now I'm doing Quentin Brooks and Dwayne Sanders and Dale. So those you're Dale Menendez. You have Quentin Brooks and you have Dwayne Sanders. Okay, so I am going and I got myself. Shit! Oh shit! You're gonna fuck me up.
Yeah. Listen, man, come on.
I'm gonna put. Okay. And now Quentin Brooks is my cousin, so this is
he's your cousin, man. So listen, man, and we're archiving this too, ladies and gentlemen. Facebook only allows these videos on for 30 days. I will be downloading it and putting it on my YouTube, so this thing could be ringing out. So we're gonna put the stamp on here. This ain't going anywhere.
So I got 3. Okay, so I mean, we wouldn't say titles. I would have to pick who. I would have to pick myself, obviously. Okay,
we got 1 spot left.
Yeah.
You can do a little bit of everything out there, so that's definitely a smart pick.
And now
we're gonna go with a big, or we're gonna go with this other wing. And you got Dale Menendez. You got 3 guys.
Yes.
You can go for. Who you go with?
So I got Dale.
You got Dale. You got Dwayne, and you got Quentin Brooks, man.
Yeah. So me, my brother Lamar, Pete. Okay, so this is collectively, and this is very difficult.
Yes, it is.
But I have to do if you're doing it by accollades and straight and winning the title again.
No, we doing it with your pick. We ain't saying none of that. Like it's your criteria.
I would say you. Quentin had a great year his senior year. It kind of changed the game. And Dale had a great year, right?
He really changed the game.
Yeah, and I'm going to say I'm gonna pass on Dwayne Sanders. And that's pretty big, right? And that's my boy. I just saw him last week, so I might be getting this call's coming. This call's coming in live time.
Somebody gotta fax this out to Dwayne, man. Take him on the team. I'm
gonna hear this by the time I go to bed.
Oh yeah, before this is over, I'm letting it be known. Hey, Dwayne, he didn't pick you on the team, man.
And this is he's my twin tower, man. You couldn't get anything past him. Be careful, you might have to call him first. Okay. So Dwayne and I think that. And I'll tell you, I'm gonna give everyone I say goodbye to. Dwayne Sanders, all Long Island, that kid developed every year. He got better, and then when I came back to see him, he's a year younger than 99. I didn't recognize him. I was like, he was 6'8", 6'7", 6'8", just like rocking it.
No. You ain't pick him. You ain't pick him. So we on to the net. We got two guys.
Yeah. I have to go, and I have to go what I've seen, and then I would have to go because my backcourt would be nice though. Yeah.
Are you going two back? Are you going 2 point guards?
I'm doing 2 point guards. 2 point guards. 2 point guards. I can put. Yeah, I would have to say.
He's stalling, ladies and gentlemen. He's stalling.
Well, I would have to say, I'm going to say Dale Menendez, my last one. Yeah. And Quentin is my cousin, and that's another one. But I feel like Quentin at that time, I mean,
he beat Mike James in them.
He beat Mike James. He beat Mike James. He started it,
The hoop trick by Amityville. You left him off.
I mean, he started it. I mean, this is me trying to win another. So we left off Dwayne. So you playing the 5 on this team? Yeah, I'm playing the stretch 5.
But now I can do that.
I can do that because I have.
You got the ability to do that.
Yeah, I got the ability to do that, and I got Pete, who's same size as me, and he can step out and he can.
Y'all gonna be a open, up tempo team and spreading it out, playing y'all motion.
Yeah, and I think that would be on the defensive end. Will be pretty tough.
For y'all amoeba matchup dome thing.
It'd be big. It'd be fast as shit. And I mean that's
somebody tell Dwayne and Quentin Brooks he ain't pick him, man.
It's not that. It's like that.
He ain't pick him, man. He don't love you guys like that.
Yeah. And that's the only people. And it's there's so many people that
we having fun. Man.
There's so many people. Like I would love to play with. Mike Ford, Jeremy League, and Jason Ritchie, all those guys again.
You can't have everybody.
That's the team. That's the team. If you ask me that, who your best chance to repeat if you didn't have access?
No, we ain't asked that. We ain't asked that. We asked for that 5. Yeah. You stand on that 5.
Yeah. This is my PR answer. Cool. My PR answer.
I think, Dwayne is definitely gonna holler at you.
Yeah, he's gonna holler. This is live time, y'all.
This is what happens when you have a collection of talent and there's some winning, man. There's going to be guys, multiple guys with accolades. So salute to you guys, man, for being able to kind of set that run up. Salute to Coach Race for being able to have the vision and the foresight to be able to set that up. And most importantly, man, salute to you for really walking the journey.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Being a student athlete is not easy because, like you said, there's a level of sacrifice.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. You've been sacrificing through your whole career, even your style of play and your versatility. Yeah. You allowed it to be put on the shelf to some extent in order to win. Now he put Bronson at the 2, Mark.
Yeah.
He got Lamar Hollman. He got Bronson, Pete Donahue, himself. And then Dale Menendez, so dual point guards. Yeah, they're going pretty much like a 3-guard lineup.
Yeah,
and two hybrid. Yeah, two hybrid bigs. That's going to there's going to be a lot of trouble. A fast team. But salute to Westhampton for being able to lock in one of the most historic seasons in the history of Long Island, and you was a part of that.
I always go back to the beginnings, like my brother Lamar and Quentin, Tyrone Ford, and Kevin Hubbard and Rob Caleb, all those guys who played before. That's the reason why we won, because we never saw it.
Yep.
Like Amityville now, people, your kids, they know it. It's business as usual. Yes. But like there's no roadmap. There's no.
Y'all created. Y'all had to blaze a trail for your neighborhood, your school, and y'all did it. And y'all did it in tremendous fashion and historic fashion.
And you got to give credit where it's due up the top. Race, he came in with this plan, and the assistant coaches with Bill and Heflin and Jack and Minetto, there's those guys, and all people who donated time, Charles, and oh my God, everybody.
And they made it difficult for you guys. They made it difficult for you guys behind the scenes. So when y'all get into situations when the lights is on, y'all were prepared. So as hard as it was, it really set y'all at a position to be able to execute in those moments.
Exactly.
So it's really cool, man, for me to have a sit down and have a conversation
And
with
I
the
appreciate what you're doing. It's been great following there. Every old picture, I got so many old pictures. I just post them.
just post them, dude. Yeah, what you think about the page, man, that we got going
No,
on?
I think the page is great. I do like, and I know it's hard to manage. You know, like I do like how positive everyone is.
Yep.
And like I understand some people are going to have their picks, and it's not about that. It's just about showing their flowers. Like it's like who's better, who's here. We're just making conversation. It's not
Yeah.
real,
Yeah,
you know.
it's all healthy. It's all
Yeah, yeah,
healthy debate, but also just to try to bring engagement so that way we can celebrate more people throughout the eras.
yeah,
So that's really what it's about.
yeah.
Anytime you get in some barbershop talk or trash talk,
Yeah, everyone.
it's all out of love, man. But
Exactly.
you
And
was one of the
and with
top
everything
guys.
else, it's like now you know a little bit about out east, you know,
Yeah,
and
I really
understand that
appreciate that, bro. I really,
it's all the same. It's all the same out west, out east, Nassau. It's
yeah,
all, you know. It's just
yep,
you getting down there. You're showing up to the gym. You have someone who's taking the time, and you have the will. So
yep,
yeah,
yep. So salute to you, man. I want
I
to
appreciate it.
personally give you the flowers, man, because you earned it. You earned it. It's well deserved, man. You're one of
Yeah,
the top players in our era, man. And I
thank
think you
you,
did it
thank
with class. One of the things that I've always seen when your name comes up is the character.
you. Yeah,
Is the character, how you did it, man. And then also just now hearing the backstory, man, of how you sacrificed for the betterment of the team,
hmm,
then it really shows, man. So you guys are stamped not as just individuals, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying, but really as a team. And with that, man, you had the hoop troop and all this. You had a
Oh
whole
yeah,
environment, you know
yeah.
what I
It
mean,
was
that
crazy.
really
I
galvanized the
post little
neighborhood.
videos. You take a look at it. I mean, it was loud. I mean, I know it's
Uh,
grainy and analog, but it was great.
it's analog, a little
Yeah,
grainy,
it's
but
analog.
you can
There's
see
no 4K, but it still gets the point across.
it
But
still gets the point across, man. So I really appreciate you, man. Let's give a nugget real quick, man, to the youth, man. What would you tell them about this basketball journey? We know the landscape has changed
I know
quite
this
a bit.
landscape, and I would say like this: it's like there's gonna be a lot of noise in your
Mm-hmm.
ear,
Mm-hmm.
right? Rely on yourself. Know what you want. Uh, don't let anyone pigeonhole you, saying
Mm-hmm.
that you can't do that or you should do that. Have a support team to have someone listen to the person. It's like go for the top, and what's the worst thing that happen? You can go back down. You
Yep.
know, I think that don't get caught up. I mean, I know it's hard with the whole digital age and people seeing this and rankings and AAU, and I mean, if you work on your game and you stay consistent, you believe in your abilities. I mean, it's going to work out for you.
Facts,
Yeah,
man. I really appreciate that,
you
man.
know,
Really appreciate that, man. You're a legend out there
appreciate it.
on the East End and really through Long Island, man. For you being able to put that pain in. And I mean, you came up in 8th grade, man.
Yeah.
So for you to go ahead through the ranks and play for a gentleman like Rich Race and be able to do your thing and have an epic moment for not only your neighborhood but for Long Island
Oh,
and even
yeah.
throughout the state, man, your name is going to forever ring out, man. So we
I
salute you,
appreciate it. Tristan, thank you for bringing us up. There's a lot of names I see, like, oh, I remember him. Oh,
man.
yeah. Oh, you know, like, was it just me? Was this kid nice? Because we just played him once. And, oh, I remember his name. And just like, and it's good to hear about, you know, all the other eras before you that paved
Hmm.
the way and learning about the young guys now.
Yeah.
Kind of still there. Just like Long Island there's no place in the world like this place, Long Island, you know? Like,
It's a very unique situation, and I think we needed a platform to speak about it. Like obviously for basketball, but even more so than basketball, it's just
yeah,
young men growing up, and then the young ladies that are growing up, and
yeah,
then hearing their story of how basketball was an integral part of their life,
yeah.
but then all the other things that they have going on, and continue to build the community, and almost like a family atmosphere.
I know, and yeah, man, I just want to shout out to you and thank you and taking the time to talk to me and thank you for keep posting. I love to see it, man. There's so
Yeah.
many. I mean, you're gonna have so many names to talk to, so
So
it's
many, so many. So yeah, man. However you can, whatever you have, man, help me out, man. Throw it in there
yeah.
so we
I
can
always throw it
celebrate it.
up. I try
Yep.
to throw it up. I hope. I mean, you know, I'm waiting for you to collect all this stuff and come out with the book.
That's a good idea.
I need a tabletop, man. I need a tabletop. You know,
That's a
break it
great
down by the
idea.
decades. I need a tabletop.
That's a really good idea, man. We gotta talk offline.
Yeah, that's all, like I used to work in children's publishing, so I know
That's
things
that,
about publishing.
that's a
So
Bro, that's a great idea, man. We'll talk offline, man, and
Yeah.
see if we get something to make that happen, man. But
Yeah.
man, once again, man,
Thank you,
much
Tristan.
love, man. Until
All
next
right.
time. Appreciate
All
you.
right. Be safe. Take care, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Yeah.